There may have been another burger incident, guys. There may have been another burger incident. Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Hopefully you guys are doing well on day number 4 of the league. I can explain. I can explain exactly what happened, okay? So I obviously I was working on the third update video, getting it done, getting the timestamps, making a thumbnail, stuff like that. I got all of that done, right? I got all of that done. And then needed to post the video. Got the video posted. And then after that, I was like, I'll throw some burgers on. So I put some burgers on the grill. And I went back downstairs. And I was like, I'll respond to some of the early comments. Sometimes the early comments have some questions about various things. And then there was a couple comments that were like, I liked the character worked, but the guide itself didn't really cover how to be a luminary. What the hell is this? And so I started being like, oh, I only explained the gems, the specters, the mercs, the skills the mercs have, the gear, a buy list for the gear, and how to level the character, and streamed live. And then I went over this whole list of basically this is like I covered literally everything. And then while I'm typing this because I'm just salty as hell at this guy for being like, oh, the guy didn't cover anything. Meanwhile, it's like one of the most detailed guides on the entire league start of anybody that made outside of like freaking Pox. And while I was typing that comment, the burgers were let's just say they were left unattended. By the time I got back up to the burgers, it was an non-recoverable situation. I decided I called the audible and I decided, you know what, I am going to just let this be gone. Let it be gone. It's no longer with us. And I decided to put some more burgers on the grill. And then after that, you might not believe this, I came back downstairs. And that guy had responded to my comment. And he's like, I'm not sure why there's a passive-aggressive tone. And so I commented again. And basically, because he was like, oh, you didn't have the specters. And I'm like, yeah, it is. If you check the level 77, it's right freaking there. Sure enough. Clear as day in the guide. And so I'm salty again. I'm typing to this guy again. Luckily, this time, my response took me less time to make. And by the time I got back up, the burgers were overcooked, but I could still eat them. They were still edible. So only 1.5 tragedies of burgers occurred today. Were they worse than the AoE 2 burgers? The first set, yes. The second set were slightly better than the AoE 2 burgers. We'll put it in that range. I struggled for 2 days, stuck in T1 maps. Today I cleared everything. Hell yeah. Sounds like you got some upgrades. You know what I just realized? I have no gold. Why am I buying these? I have no gold. What am I doing? I have a problem, man. I have a freaking problem. I have an addiction. Okay, focus up. Gold map. Gold map time. What are your thoughts on meta conversion trap, Tiefin? I don't think that's a new thing or meta. A burnt burger equals burn that guy? Nah, it's still my fault. I could have just just let the comment be there and not respond to it. There is a little bit of salt building up though. It's like I put all this effort in being like, okay, this is a new class. This is what we can expect. This is what we know currently. I put all this effort that people are mad at me because I'm trying to show how to use the character. They're not mad at GGG or anything. They're mad at me for trying to explain what's a good way to do the character. I'm the bad guy. So there's a little bit of leftover salt. Can you price my merc pretty please? I have no idea what the price of mercs are. I would go to trade and try to look for one with similar links though. 120 chaos. Holy. Did you see Nerd Talks is the top of the Delve ladder? Oh, hell yeah. Let's freaking go. Is he actually? Neurotox is a G. Let's see. Let's pull him up. Representing the Luminaries. Builds, all flame, Delve ladder. Oh, he must have just gotten past. He just got past. He was the deepest. Hell yeah. Looking good, Neurotox. Looking good. Looking freaking nice. I honestly think the majority of them came from the PvT monkey build and they got carried. They required to use their braids. Yeah, I mean, that could be maybe a little bit of it. The monkey, literally, you didn't have to do anything right. You just captured the monkey and it was a free win to like the pinnacle bosses. Keep in mind, the pinnacle bosses in PoE2 are like literally like T16 map difficulty. They're not difficult, right? But that maybe could be a little bit of it. They got away with not following any of the information and still winning just because it was that overtuned. And it was also way more straightforward, right? The Merc gear is a lot more complex. Like you have to care about your Merc's gear, you have to care about your character's gear. There's a lot more like intentional things you have to do, or you're gonna like be bricked, right? Whereas the monkey was like, just freaking capture it and you're good. Should we use a dissolution flask? If you want to cheese higher damage, you can. I don't recommend it. You'll be getting chipped down from degens and stuff. I find it kind of annoying to play dissolution. Well, that's not true. I like dissolution in the context of Glad Lucky Block with Blood Barrier. That's what I did with the Relic of the Pact. That felt insane. But normal dissolution, I'm not as big of a fan of. If you go Glad Lucky Block and Blood Barrier though, holy, that's clean. That's a clean dissolution setup right there. Where is Quant? I want to get some gold. Map filters, I am blind. Oh, there it is. Let's go like 90. Let's go 150, 160. Let's go 55. 28 chromes. Guys, what's going on with the chrome meta? Hey, what do you guys think of the chrome meta? I don't have chromes. Freaking. They're crazy rare. How expensive are they? They're not that much more expensive than Chaos. Oh, do I not have sound on? Whoops.
Hello.
People should be banned for listing in chromes.
Really?
I kind of respect the hustle, to be honest. I mean, like, I'm not a fan of people who do this because it's like really annoying to like start switching up the currencies, but it's part of the beauty of the PoE system. In my mind, PoE has revolutionized ARPGs in multiple ways. The currency system is one of the greatest creations of gaming history ever. I don't know. I freaking love this system. Where it's literally like it's based on what the currency can do and its rarity, and then the players get to kind of decide how much they value it. And I don't know, it's super interesting. But yeah, obviously, like freaking like listing in chromes to get like a 1C margin. Like, come on, man, what are we doing? What are we freaking doing? It's bartering? Yeah. I respect it, I just don't like it. Exactly. It's just like, come on, guys. Is this really what we're doing right now? We're getting a 1C margin here. Freaking have to go buy I have to go buy a chrome to buy your item. Like, come on. Surely there's better hustles than this. There's gotta be. Ain't no way this is the best option. Alright, whatever. Let's get some gold. Okay, so big map, quant, pack size. Oh, I can't. Whatever. I should have bought a non-corrupted version so I could chisel it. Whatever. I'm not gonna worry about it now. Also, I'm gonna go get Bottled Faith. There's no reason I shouldn't use Bottled Faith in this build. I have a gold flask that's just literally doing nothing, just for the fun of it, I guess. I don't know why I have a Bottled Faith or why I have a gold flask. Hmm. 147, and it's colorful. 8 divines, and I could get literally the perfect roll. Reduce duration, reduce duration. We'll do this one.
Wish I'd kept.
It's got aesthetics. All right, and then we'll put on some baubles. Is self-arm merc in Axe a good idea? I got stack on level 82 and can't complete Uber Lab. My merc connect is good, clear, but solo DPS. No, do not do campaign. You'll be too over leveled. They won't spawn. Do white maps. White maps are very, very easy compared to reds. And honestly, you can farm decent currency in white maps. So if you're a little bit cooked on your progression, you're forcing red maps. Don't do that. Don't hurt yourself. Do white maps with the merc nodes, and literally you can find mercs that you'll be able to sell for money or use yourself. But that's what I would do. If you have a scuff setup, you don't need to force red maps. There's always this like this always weird to me, but people think they need to force red maps on like league starts a lot of times, and it's super backwards because a lot of times if you go force red maps, you slow yourself out down a ton, and you're not really unlocking a new loot table. You like a lot of strategies. You are at the same efficiency in a white map or a yellow map as you are doing it in a red map, and you just slow your character way down and make it harder for no reason. I forced maps and it was red map. It was terrible. Yeah. No, it's. I don't know why it is, but it's definitely like a thing in PoE where it's like assumed. Oh, I need to force this right away. But it's just not. You just don't need to do that. Like for example, when we did the SSF run on the Chieftain, we farmed our Mage Blood in like T7s or something. Like I was just like, on the SSF Chieftain run, I was just like, I'm not gonna even bother with upgrading other gear pieces. I want to get a Mage Blood first. And so I started doing that farm, and it doesn't matter if I was doing that in a red map or a T8 or whatever it is. And I just was like, just chilling basically. Go increased effect. Just proc this whenever we want some extra single target, I guess. Do they ever say when the merc buff is happening? I don't think it said a specific time. It said we're working on this. Next patch will have it, I think. I mean, I don't think I saw a time in the post, a specific time. It sounded like they were still kind of undecided on a few things. Like, for example, they're like, okay, we kind of see why people are frustrated with the whole mercs dying and not being able to complete the map. But in the post, they didn't, like, explain what they were going to change. So that's, like, something that they're still, like, I guess, debating in the office about what they want to do. You know, stuff like that, so... Depending on what time it takes for them to decide what they wanna change with it. Why are there procs freaking shields everywhere? What the hell is this? Woo! Divine Orb! The funny thing is, when I do these gold maps, these gold maps actually have, like, really good drops. Like, I feel like I've done gold maps ever since they added the Gilded All Flames. I don't know if it was last league or the league before, but I feel like one in every, like, 3 gold map I get a Divine or something like that. Like, it feels like I get them at a very high rate whenever I'm doing these gold maps. I guess they are, like, super quant and, like, all magic mobs, so it makes sense. $150 more life and 60 reduced crit. Echo Shrine, good. Platinum Scepter, don't care about any of that stuff. Lance, Sands of Time for EK doesn't exist this league. Is the weapon necessary for the build? Oh, that is a... Oh, I completely... Dude, I think you asked me about this build earlier, and I was like, I don't know, check the price of the items. I completely forgot they removed that because it's not on the, it's on the fight. You could... No, that's just cooked. It's like you can get Sands of Time with a new Sign Ascensi, but Sands of Time kind of need trigger bots. I would just try without Sands of Time. To be honest with you, Sands of Time is like... Okay, how do I put this? Yes, it's good with the trigger bots, but it doesn't work with intensity, which overload intensity is insane. It doesn't work with pinpoint. So, like, I don't know if it's really actually that good because it doesn't work with a lot of, like, really powerful caster supports. What I would suggest is maybe consider ditching the trigger bot angle and focusing more on, like, a self-cast angle with those stronger, like, Giga supports. Because you could be using overload and intensity, you could be using pinpoint, and those things I don't think worked with the trigger bots. So it was like they were... The build was actually missing some significant power there in that regard. Go Luminary support bot? Well, you can't steal Reliquarian nodes. It's not like they can FF those. Do you have any idea why? I have an AG, it has doppelganger guys, but it keeps dying. Okay, do you have resistance gear? You need at least around 40 res on your AG from its gear, your gloves, and your boots, and it needs some chaos res. I would check that first. I basically gave it like 45 or 40 cold and like 30-ish lightning and some chaos res crafts. So that way it was chaos res capped and then Ellie res capped when it's, because I have purity of elements. So check that. The other thing you need to make sure you have is you have your meat shield and your minion life 20 qualityed up. And the other thing is make sure you're linking to it. Linking gives it 75 DR. Without that DR, it's definitely going to die. It makes it 4 times as tanky. Have we finished the map? No, there's still stuff we haven't killed. I just deleted my perfect forest tiger. Oh no, man. Forest tiger is one of those specters where I like look at it and I go, okay, it's really strong, but I'm way too afraid of accidentally deleting it to ever buy it. Because it's like usually like a 10D or I don't know, 15 divine freaking corpse. So I usually don't even buy it, don't even bother. Because the cost is so high. I did it 3 times one league. Oh no. Yeah, it's way too easy to do that on accident. You swap one item, switch zones on accident, and poof, it's gone. Is this poison tornado shot levels of bait? Was Firegrass doing Ubers with 15 hours of progression? Is this even a serious question? Ubers didn't even exist when Firegrass made that build. Maybe Firegrass was innocent all along. This is tornado shot levels of spooned. I'll show you tornado shot levels of spooned. All right, before we get back to farming the Charlatan Sword, let's introduce you guys to one of my favorite early league investments. Now, some of you might say, Lance, this is gambling. Some of you might say, Lance, there's no way the money goes up. You're going to lose everything. And to those people, I would say, you don't know what you're talking about. This is a consistent, tried and true money making method that has never once backfired in the history of all mankind. Probably. Okay? And I refuse to give in to the haters and not do this. Because it's gonna work. I believe. I thought you were gonna give me a neglect fight to give me a sniper. Wait, what? Wait, you want me to do a neglect fight? Why? Block something and praise for Elipen. Elipen unveils guaranteed. You need to block. Just block percent fizz. And it's guaranteed to get Elipen. There's only 4 possible unveil mod groups for unveiling on a weapon. So if you block increase fizz, which is one of the mod groups, you're guaranteed Elipen will be an option. You are guaranteed the win once you get to the unveil step. It's one of the few unveils that don't like put you underneath the gun of a Giga RNG situation. When did you swap from util to res flask? I swapped when I swapped when I was swapping to a defensive setup and I was getting rid of Center of Benevolence. Center of Benevolence is a nice multiplier for early damage scaling. Like if you need some early damage scaling for your Merc early, it helps with that. And then once I felt like my Merc was very comfortable damage-wise, I'm like, okay, let's get some more defense. I don't need this damage anymore. And that's when I went to triple res flask with the gain on hit charge mod. What's the current bow you're using? Exclamation point Merc, I believe, has the current bow, I think. How many do I do, guys? What's the number? How many things do I corrupt? $50? 50 seems a little high. How many do I have right now? I have 20.
Farewell.
Oh, 20 is already an insane amount. Do I really need more than this? Okay, I'm not gonna do this many. I'll preemptively buy some. Let's do like, I don't know, 16 or something, and then we'll have some extras. We'll go run some Ubers while the stuff sells. Is what we'll do. We don't want to like overcommit to this and be tied down. I still want to drop a charlatan. What build would you play other than this for farming nightmares and Uber frags? Other than that, I mean, you can play a lot of builds that can do Ubers and nightmare frags. I would probably go for a bossing centric type of build, but literally, like, if you're doing Uber bossing or nightmare frags, it's just, do you have a character that can run to the boss and kill it fast? And you know, it's not like, I mean, a ton of builds can do that. Basically, I would say it just really kind of depends what type of character you want to play. Do you think with Fork Ellie return GMP Fork Ellie? That seems really good. Yeah, no, that seems like a really good support lineup, dude. Do you have a crafting guide for a bow? I do not have a crafting guide for the bow. I did it on stream yesterday. Right now, my editor is putting together a compilation video for the Merc boots and glove crafts. And I think if the craft video does well, he might do another one for some of the other gear pieces I crafted to showcase like essentially all the pieces of when I was crafting various pieces, which I think people would find useful if you are trying to craft items. So if the craft video for the boots and gloves does well, then we'll try to do that for some other pieces as well. And then I can like link in the guide. I'll be like, this is where I did the boots. You can kind of see the step by step. Editor, oh yeah, editor. Which is huge because it takes me forever to even do the guide videos. You guys know how much later I start on days when I do videos. So if he's able to do these sorts of things, then it helps a lot for us getting that. Otherwise, I just wouldn't even like have the time to make the video, so it's kind of nice. Yes, a million time. What movement skills break the Merc? Is it Icicle Rain or does Dash, Blink Arrow also break? The Dash, Blink are not a hard break. They're like a 10% DPS loss, completely usable. Icicle Rain, I would recommend not getting Icicle Rain. You can play with Icicle Rain, but of all the skills, that is the weakest additional skill to have in terms of like it takes the most time for the Merc to try to cast that ability. The thing is, Icicle Rain it's not even like that it's a bad ability. It's just Val-Eye Shot's a lot better, and every time it's Icicle Raining, the Val-Eye Shot clones are not shooting. That's pretty much just what it is.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
I do not have a problem. I have a solution. Isolated Rain does decent damage. It's not crazy, but you can still farm reds with it. Yeah. It's like it's funny because it's like the Merc. If you took away Val Eye Shot from the Many Shot, it would still be a halfway decent Merc. Just because Icicle Rain is a halfway decent skill. Raid alerts? Dude, is my alerts off? Oh, my alerts are off. Dude, I completely missed it. I'm so sorry, Garatha. Yo, Garatha. Garatha. I appreciate the raid. I was snooping around different streams. I saw you're playing a Chaos Dot character. It looked pretty nice. It's okay. Smile. He's livid. He's livid. It's OP. How are the pack skills? Are you packing it up with like are those like, you're saying it's OP, are they really good multipliers then? Or just the buffs have been enough? ED's really good with it. Did you try Blight of Contagion at all, or are you just doing regular Blight and ED? I'm a big believer of Blight of Contagion. I'm using both ED and Blight of Contagion. Ah, nice. Blight of Contagion is really nice too, because it's like you don't need to like permanent cast it, whereas Blight you kind of do, unless you have really good duration and cast speed. It's a lot of buttons, yeah. Yeah, it can be that for sure. On Cold Dot with Katash is basically just permanent Cold Snap as well, and you don't even feel the downsides. So Dot builds have finally achieved the true power they deserve. It's about time, man. It's about time. Okay, I should put in a buy order. I guess I can just buy them this way. Alright, we'll try this. Bought some of those. Buy some Chaos Orbs. Alright, cool. Neat. So you're saying the section that says Anime Guardian Inspector's invisible for you. Wait, Killen, who are you talking to? Spectre is where the video that is 5 days old, which has been changed. This is a build or on the MOBA page? Wait, is this the guy who said I didn't tell him how to use the Spectres? Listen, I have a bone to pick with you, man. I burnt my burgers responding to your comment, if you are the same person. Animate Guardian Inspectors. Heading, bold, underlined. I tell you what Spectres are good. I tell you about AG gear. And if you open up the POB, which I'll just pull up out the building real quick. If you open up POB in the level 70 Mercbot, it's right here. Raise Spectre, Animate Guardian, Mini Life, Meat Shield. Access Spectres you're using now. What Spectres I'm using now? Perfect Warlord and Forest Warrior. Regular Forest Warrior. which should be in the AG or in the. Oh, I guess I didn't have Warlord in here at the time because I was thinking I was gonna do Endurance Charge. Endurance Generation. This is 5 PDR plus Determination. I'm not using the turtle right now, but I want to. I just need to get gem levels to add it in. I didn't look at all beforehand, my friend. Thank you very much. For the Kineticist Merc, is it better for double kinetic blast or barrage? I think you want the greater kinetic blast because that's a skill that doesn't use it. You want it to spam the kinetic blast clustering, I think. So barrage is okay, I think. I don't know how much it uses barrage. I know K-Bolt's terrible because K-Bolt is just used all the time and K-Bolt's bad. What are you farming today? Okay, so the strategy we're gonna farm today. And again, some people would maybe consider this to be gambling. They would say, Lance, this is not guaranteed currency. Lance, you are simply risking it. You're risking a bunch of money. This is a foolish endeavor. And to those people, I say, they don't know ball, okay? Because this strategy is tried, true, and tested, guaranteed to make the number go up, or your money back. Okay, no, I'm not saying that. I'm not refunding you if you get unlucky. Listen, if you have a black hole of RNG that sucks away all good possibilities, that's not on me. Okay, listen, that's not the strategy's fault. All right, that's not that's listen. If you, hey, I'm just saying, if you're really bad at good things occurring to you, that's listen, we can't blame me for that. All right, we can't blame me for that. That's you. You're the one siphoning our RNG. Listen, you're gonna send over some accusations like that. You better have some proof. Okay, you better have some proof to back up those claims, or I'm gonna have to take you to court for slander. Lance sold me Gamma. The slandering will not slide. Pull up the clip of high rolls yesterday. There's no proof that that is related to me stealing any of your RNG, okay? That's just the power of cocaine, all right? And strands. So you cannot be pointing the finger at me like it's some sort of crime I'm committing, okay? My ox.
But the exchange went well enough. You've got affairs you might want to tend.
Do 2 congregations. Some guy has a listing for 800 chromes. What are we doing? Who has 800 chromes? Who has that?
Orders in. Was a long journey, but the exchange went well enough.
That guy will? Yeah, if he makes that sale, he'll have 800 chromes.
But the
That
exchange
bastard.
went well enough.
All right, where are we at? Oh, my word. I've spent all my divines. Okay, maybe I spent a little bit too much. We may have spent a little bit too much on these. I need to make some cheaper purchases. Okay, this should be good here. What else could we go for? Send to Spell Echo, why not? Okay, wait, what am I doing? Why am I buying Spell Echo? It's so expensive. What am I doing? What am I doing to myself? All right. We'll get 20 gems, and then we're gonna go to the
I need a
to
mug.
the tables.
Hey Senor Lance, any recommendations on which Ubers to farm RN? Or is there better content than Ubers?
Ubers are really good farming right now. Feared rotations is what I've been doing. You get consistent money from Shaper's Exalt, Domination Orbs, Elder's Exalt, Awakener Orbs. Each of the Ubers has valuable drops. Oriath from Cirrus, a high roll minus res, a massive jewel from Cirrus. You can get Nebula Scepter, Apostate and Rational from Synth. Elder can roll Sublime, Watcher's Eyes, Void Storm. The Dread can do Helmet, Amulet, or Sword, and gets Congregation. I would recommend doing a feared rotation for Uber farming. I feel like it's a very nice pool of items that are pretty consistent. If you want to be more gambly, where you aren't making as consistent of profits from doing the Ubers, you could do like Exarch, Maven, or Eater. But I feel like those are a lot more like you really need to be able to sink some currency to hit the high rolls. Whereas feared rotation, I think you get some consistent pulls from. What two specters? Perfect Warlord and Forest Warrior. They're corpses, ritual corpses. You can buy them on trade. Lance and ignoring his mods classic? Dude, I didn't mean to ignore my mod. What happened? It's fine. I should have given the subs elsewhere. I'm sorry, Pohugger. I was distracted. I was preparing for my investment strategy. Dude, thank you, Pohugger. Thank you. I'm sorry. He even accused you of PKing. He did PK me yesterday. I was randomly dying because I was linking his Herald of Purity dudes, which are temporary and die. Like, come on. That was an assassination. That was a straight up assassination. I did know why he was dying, and I kept turning. And I didn't tell him, you bastard. It literally was an assassination. I was. That's that. You know, never again do I do a gold map when I'm in the middle of swapping my character. Never again. What Pantheons? Lunaris and Ralakesh. All right, guys, 20 gems. All right, 20 gems. Quality them all up. Get them all ready to go. How'd you turn Nightmare Map into Gold Map? 3 Gilded All Flames plus a Bloodline All Flame plus the All Flame Betrayal Scarab, and then use an Atlas that has as much mod effect as possible, and buy a Nightmare Map that has really high quant, rarity, and pack size. Like 50 pack size, 200 rarity, 100 quant, and then apply a rarity chisel to it. And then you can also do things like add rarity onto your flask, do a gold flask, you put rarity in your support gems, stuff like that you can do as well. You can't do that if you're playing a Merc bot. Obviously, the Merc bot, you can't just give them a rarity support, but you know what I mean. We got 2 million gold from one voyage doing the clam charts. Really? Okay, maybe I should try that then. Maybe that's going to be my new gold method. Just clam charting it up. That sounds like a good time. Voyage is good for gold in general. Yeah. I see. Yeah. Oh, Baxith is doing gold carries. ADC for, I don't know, like 1 million gold. Freaking a Baxith. They took away his synth items, and this is what he's been reduced to. They took away his synth items with the free money printer, and now he's a gold bot. Oh my goodness. Oh, what you hate to meet your heroes and see them fall, see what they turn into. Once he got taken away from his power of the bird murder, he's reduced to a gold bot. For some reason, my Merc lost all of its tank, Austin. Your Merc lost all of its tank. Did you remove an item that had leech? You need to make sure you give it leech. That's very important. Did you do a boss fight that turns off recovery? For example, the trauma beams or orbs turn off recovery, and if the Merc stands in it, it'll just slowly die. Those are some of the the easiest ways that there could be a problem, is if you turn off the recovery via a weird boss mechanic like the trauma orb, or if you took away their leech, something like that. Oops, nearly forgot my own sub, dude. Pohunger, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I heard it that time. 2 years is crazy, man. 2 years is crazy. 2 years of you being a better gamer than me. Respect, respect. I don't have leech. Yeah, get leech on the gloves. It's huge. I don't know what DR GGG put on these mercs, but they take no damage. So the way they die is if they get chipped down. The only other scenario that they die in, aside from the thing that turns off recovery, is if you do a Giga shotgun situation. But other than that, it's usually just you turn off the recovery and you just let them sit in a mechanic that turns off recovery. How's it clear now? I didn't show in the most recent video. I tried to include some T17. Basically, here's how I do this. Little peek under the curtain. When I do my videos, I record some initial audio where I'm going over hey, this is the changes we made, rough idea stuff, and then I transition into when I start explaining stuff. And so I recorded 3 maps of T17s, and I was gonna cut in some footage, but my initial audio where I was not explaining stuff did not last that long, so I only could include a few 5-second boss kills, and then I ran out of time. I did the synth map at the end, so you kind of look what it looks like. But I'm gonna do these temples, and you kind of see we basically just shield charge around, and the ice shot just hits everything on screen essentially. It's pretty chill map clear wise. I didn't know you could link them all. Yeah, you can have multiple links. You can have multiple links. It's when you have this helmet. When you have this helmet, okay, we're using it for 2 reasons. Light radius, because it gives damage, obviously. But the mod that makes the Spectres and the AG take less damage is how you make them not die, essentially, even though we didn't really invest in their tank. Can you live search mercenaries? I would think you can with the trade search, but I have not tried to. Maybe they limit you being able to do that. It doesn't work. Oh, and I guess not then. It was bugged. It hasn't worked for me all league. Yeah, well, I guess you just gotta click search every now and then. Hope you see a good deal pop up. Yeah, that's kind of cooked. I can't even kill a T1 Bass. Merc dies, and I'm sunk. You can't even kill a T1 boss, and you're sunk. I would say, look at the really cheap budget. Okay, no. Scratch that. Buy a Void Eye. Just buy a Void Eye. Buy a level 20 Flame Link. Those 2 things, if you're talking about just T1 maps, will destroy T1 maps. That's literally I think the cheapest thing you could do is buy, if you can afford the 21 5C, do that as well. But just a 20 Flame Link and a Void Eye. Initially, let's say your gear's trash, you don't have much life. That'll get you some good flat to start off with. I think that's maybe one of the cheapest possible early upgrades you can make for damage. Pariah gives a +2 and some life. Ooh, that's kind of nice, actually. I'd probably still do a Void Eye, to be honest. Can you show AG items? Did I make a clip for AG, guys? I think I made an AG clip, or did I not actually make an AG clip? Is that the correct clip, or is that linking to a different AG? There is no AG clip. Okay, let me go over it right now. If somebody clips it, I'll update that command. Okay, so AG is Doppelgangers, which gives DR for Chaos and Fizz, and importantly, 10% regen whenever it gets hit. That's huge for giving the AG sustain. A Kingmaker, this is our big damage item, 50 crit multi and Cull. It also gives 10 fortify. Learcast, eventually you want to get Malediction Helmet, but we're doing this for 50% increased damage. The boots, unique or pinnacle, sapped ground, or brittle ground, depending on if you have brittle or sap on your boots. You want the other one so you can get the ailment. And then, importantly, between your boots and your gloves on the AG, you need around roughly 40 Ellie res and some Chaos res cap. So I have Lightning res on both of these, and I have Chaos res on both of these. Quite frankly, I should probably switch one of these Lightning res to pure Lightning res so I have 40 Ellie, but that should, plus your Purity of Elements, should cap its Ellie res and cap its Chaos res. Alright, so that's the AG. So if somebody clips that, I will update the AG command. If we can't afford a Kingmaker, just use Dying Breath. Yeah, Dying Breath is fine. Kingmaker is definitely like a more expensive upgrade. And I would say this, I bought my Kingmaker early. Don't do Kingmaker until you've swapped to Hollowed Monarch. Because before then, your AG is just kind of spotty survivability. Like, I invested into it, and I was like, he was just dying, and it wasn't worth it. It was a bad investment at the time I did it. Only do Kingmaker once you've, like, swapped into Hollowed Monarch, and he actually just has good survivability. Fire damage leech on gloves from Eldritch Implicit is enough to sustain. You can also do the I guess you could also do the attack leech. Do the attack leech Katakoi Ducat thing. That's actually a good idea, because I forgot we're actually flame linking it, so the AG might actually be able to leech some of its own life back, actually. I mean, its damage still probably isn't that good, but it's a little bit of extra something you can add in. AG clip. Alright, hold on. Take this. I'll add this to the clip. Commands, AG. Alright, exclamation point AG. Should link to that clip now. I'll do, put it in the title so it's there. Alright, thank you for clipping that. Much appreciated. Does the +2 arrow work with Val Ice Shot? No, it does not. The +2 arrow is there to make the clear feel better. If you think the clear is already good and you just want damage, go for a stat like Crit Multi. Are you using any tattoos? Yes. Regen and Chaos Res. And Fire Res for the Foulborn Red Dream. Void Eye, would you use it when you've already got a Hollowed Monarch set up at 12k life? You can. Like, until you get in power, Void Eye will be a damage improvement over a rare ring, I believe. I'm gonna eventually get it in power, though. And when I do that, then it's better than a... Oh, who's he, what's he? I should get one skill gem slot back somewhere. But where? I'll have to think about that. Like, maybe we could put in power instead of, like, meat shield or minion life. And then we could socket it in there, but that might be losing too much tank. That might work, though. I'll maybe have to try that out. The Abyssal Socket, yeah, I kind of regret doing the Abyssal Socket a little bit. Because one in power here would actually work too really well. A many shot with return on Val and Icicle Rain, or a Merc with no Icicle Rain but no return. I would probably do the Icicle Rain with return, but that's just a guess. You could try it and see. Well, I guess you're looking at a purchase, obviously. My instinct says return with Icicle is better than no return with no Icicle. That's just a guess, though. Empower and plus the Eternal Blessing and 4-link is pretty nice. Yeah, that would definitely be solid. I still haven't qualityed this. I guess I should quality my Purity of Elements.
The first one. Oh, you bastard! The ritual is complete.
I have one with Return of Val, Ice Shot, and Icicle Rain, and it's crap. They use Icicle Rain too much. All right. In that case, then just don't do Icicle Rain. I was just guessing. I'll trust Shogun on this one because I'd have to do a literal side-by-side comparison of the two because it really depends how much they use Icicle Rain. Nine % of the time I could confirm also. Well, there you go. From my brain, I was like, I don't know if it's like half the time they use it or not. So I was thinking, well, if it's half the time, then the return will make up for that. But if it's more than half the time, then yeah. Why is Hatred a brick on a many shot again? Hatred is not a brick. Hatred is an ideal. Hatred is ideal. You want the auras, because the other things that could be in the aura slot are like movement skills. They won't use them very often because they have cooldowns, but they still like, every time the Merc decides to dash instead of shoot, it's dashing instead of shooting, right? It's not a full-on brick. Like my Merc has Blink Arrow. It's not a full-on brick. Mirror Arrow, it's not a full-on brick, but they do use these abilities when they come off the cooldown. Hey, Aqua, how you doing, man? It's more like 80%. Yeah, if it's 80%, then it's just cooked. Imagine you could give them reduced CDR. Oh, like brick their cooldown recovery. I wonder if there's a way that... I don't know. I don't know if there's any items that give reduced cooldown. There might be. How do you automate power charges? If you don't want to do Assassin's Mark, like I cast Assassin's Mark occasionally, if you don't want to do Assassin's Mark, you can roll for the unique power charge gen or the pinnacle power charge gen, which will be permanent max power charges. I might still end up doing that instead of like I'm deciding on whether or not I want to go crit multi or power charge consistency, because power charge consistency is really big. And I kind of want to get, I need to fix my Anoint, too. My Anoint is still, like, the cheapo aspect of Lynx. I kind of want to do, Lethality or, King of the Hill. Because those are really good crit Anoints. A lot better than Aspect of the Lynx. Do you have +1 Proj Anointed? I don't. You can do that, too. That's another decent endgame one, if you feel like you'd rather just have more clear. I got Lethality, it's great. Yeah, okay, yeah. That's kind of the one I'm leaning towards, is Lethality. Does it matter what tier of maps I farm Mercs in? When you're initially starting out and your character's weak, I would do lower tiers that you can giga fast farm. Like, don't force red maps. You can do white maps or yellow if that's what you can be fast in. Put it this way. If you have a mediocre Merc, which like some okay supports, like if you have like let's say you have like a basic many shot Val shot without Icicle Rain, if you have a white map Merc that has those skills, you can easily take that and kill a red map Merc with it. But if you have a campaign Merc and you're going to try to capture a good many shot, there's a high chance you'll lose the fight. So you want to get like you need an in-between step. You need an in-between step where you capture like a halfway decent merc in like a white or a yellow map, and then use that to kill like a one that actually has like correct like skills or support gems. I have a 69, nice roll kinesis, but it sometimes dies in the juicier maps. Yeah, that's honestly, that's the biggest weakness of the lower level mercs, is I feel like they have less DR or something. That's the really biggest, like if you have the same skill gems, I feel like your damage is mostly going to be the same, but the noticeable difference is the level 80 plus mercs, they seem like they're immortal basically, and the lower level ones can actually die. Do you think this builds on doable in SSF? Depends how good of an SSF player you are. I've farmed around 100 maps and I haven't found one with return. You've 100 many shots? Dude, you're farming a crap ton of maps. You don't need return to be able to kill Ubers, by the way. Just like this merc here, this is a no return merc. If you want to see what the DPS looks like on this, I did an Uber trauma showcase. It's obviously half the damage of return. Return's obviously better. You eventually want it, right? But you should be able to get your character like destroying red maps without return. You don't need return for doing like T16s, for example. Okay, we're gonna corrupt. How many gems? We have 20 gems. 20 gems. Let's do a little wager. On average, it's a 1 in 4 chance to get a level 4 gem. The prediction is going to be, do we hit 6 level 4s, which would be above average? Are we going to go above average is essentially the wager here. Do we hit 6 level 4s out of 20 corruption chambers? Place your wagers wisely, okay? Place your wagers wisely. About the spoon, you know, break out the big ladle. All right, real quick, I need to get some water. I'm out. I will be right back. The old BRB text up. BRB water. I need hydration. Okay, I have returned. Sorry about that. What's better, 100% increased ally damage or 15 pen? I would guess the 100% increased ally damage would be my guess. But, well, that depends. If you have a weaker version of enmities, then the pen's better. If you have like a full 200 pen, then I would think the increased elemental damage is better. Depends how much of each of those stats you already have. 4 gems need to be qualityed. Okay, so the Eclipse, the quality doesn't affect their power level. So I'm not gonna quality them. That's why those are not qualityed. Okay, I'm gonna turn off the pausing because whenever I do these, I have to like check the map a lot to see where I'm going. Yeah, up right. Oh no, left and around is what it is. Should I drop unique amulet for Lionized Glare? Depends what your gear level is at, I would say. Ultimately, Lionized Glare is not that much better than if you can get a halfway decent rare bow. Initially, I did Lionized Glare because it was cheap. And then the price went to the moon because people thought you can't play the bill without that. Which you 100% can, which I try to tell people multiple times, that you can just grab the amulet plus a rare. So then I decided I'll showcase it in a video, and I just swapped out a Lionized Glare to a rare. Ooh. Don't like that. -1. Good start for the believers. It's fine. It's fine. Lose the first one. It's fine. Lose the first one. It's completely fine. Can you imprint fracture items? Was in the patch notes. You can't. You haven't been able to imprint fracture items for a long time. Can you do blight maps? Jim says the Merc AI is too short. Jim, are you doing blights with? Did you try them with Mercbot? They have too far of a target range, basically. Interesting.
We shall soon be fat and rich.
All right, not a good look. 2 misses. It's okay. Dude woke up 5 years later. Yeah, it's been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute. Does WoW Unique in Your Presence work? Yes, and so does Pinnacle. And those mods are much better than the base stats. That's why if you're rolling Merc gear, I would recommend using Grand Ichors and Grand Embers. Because you might hit the WoW Unique enemy or the other one that's... Ooh! Ooh! +1! +1! We on the board, believers! We on the board! Void Shockwave. We are officially on the board, boys. Officially on the board. Can you please come on Merc for me? Kill Murphy. I'm not a carry service, but there might be somebody in chat who will do it for the right price. There might be somebody in chat willing to be a mercenary for hire to kill your mercenary for hire. Frost Notice says, I got you. Oh, hell yeah. Is the buff patch for Luminary out? I don't think so. I think it's going to be sometime this week. I don't think they gave us a time, an exact time that it would be out, though. But it should be soon, TM. Spellmercs are so pathetic. I've had some people say some good things about Spellmercs. I feel like early on, maybe there's something there.
The glint of gold awaits.
But like, I don't know. I was really surprised when I read the patch where they're like, hey, we're going to make the attack mercs better. That to me was like, I guess it would make more sense if they also were like, we're gonna make the spell mercs better too. But it was just attack mercs, which I feel like attack mercs are the better mercs. But maybe there's something I'm missing, and maybe spell mercs are actually like secretly OP, but we're just all idiots and don't know how to build them correctly or something. I sold the merc for 30 div. Holy, a 30 div merc, dang. Hey, there's a level 4, number 2. Number 2 is on the board.
Your wish is my command.
I've been seeing Flame Blast one with Rolling Magma. The Rolling Magma one's good. That, you know, maybe the Rolling Magma merc's playing with the previous maybe the Rolling Magma somehow merc avoided the nerf for Rolling Magma. It didn't get taken out. Ben's merc is sweet. Which merc is Ben using? Is he using the combatant?
We shall soon be fat and rich.
Frostblade's and Static Strike. Yo, hell yeah. Combatant is where it's at. Do they say when the new patch will be out? They did not specify a time for the patch. Command slaps, yeah. Combatant's really nice. I really want to do a strike merc with the extra strike pinnacle mod. Like, that just sounds 4 additional strikes on one of the strike mercs. Combatant's one of them. There's Blade Biter. There's Smolder Strike. Like that, I feel like that's just would be like just beautiful, just magnificent, really. Ooh, brick quality. The league mechanic buffs are out, but not Abyss still. Okay. So they probably just did the changes they were more, like, certain about that they're going to add. That's probably what it is.
Wish is my command.
What are your thoughts about the Hollowed Monarch? Very good. Good way to ensure survivability on your Spectres and on your AG. And great for light radius buff effect scaling, obviously. If the Scuba Diver didn't have the bad interaction with Flame Link, it would be awesome. What's the bad interaction with Flame Link? I don't know. I haven't tried the Scuba Diver at all. What does it do? Ooh, 2 brick qualities. Can't choose fire. Oh. Oh, that's horrible. So it just literally doesn't get the fire damage? Just straight up doesn't get the fire damage?
Certainly.
Oh. Do you have to do anything to make the Spectres not die? So, biggest thing we have is we have the minion life meat shield supports with quality. And then you want to swap out of the War Caller and swap out of the Monkey. Those Spectres are a lot squishier than the Ritual Corpse Spectres. You want to use regular Forest Warrior, and you can use Perfect Warlord. Though the Warlord gives endurance charges, and their baseline stats are a lot better than the Monkey and the War Caller.
What we doing live?
What we doing live? Yo, Hubby Play, man. Appreciate the raid. How you doing? What do you think about Quill Rain on a bow merc? Quill Rain on a bow merc. Let me remind myself what this. Is it 40% less damage?
And my axe.
30% less damage.
and my axe.
Honestly, Cool Rain's probably still a decent option. I don't like it, but you could volatile this to 120 attack speed. I probably still would prefer a rare bow, but this is honestly decent. Is what I would say. I'd say swap it when you get a rare bow.
A prize fit for the markets.
Thunderquiver is similar to Val Shot guy. People think only Many Shot is S tier. Many Shot's just the one I'm showcasing. I kind of agree there's a lot of good mercs, but because I'm one of the only people streaming the merc bot, there's not a lot of other like showcases of other mercs, and from what I could tell, I mean, either people don't like doing the testing themselves and try out different things, or it's just, you know, like people do try this stuff and they're like, yo, this is working good, but they're not like a content creator, so why would they go try to get people to play different things?
How far the art of trade has fallen.
What upgrades you did to move from 12k to 15k life? I redid like all my rare pieces that I had bought on day one. Rings, shield, boots, gloves, belt. And then I redid the tree to include pathing support for Red Dream and got rid of War Cries because I don't want to press buttons anymore. You have D&D active? I have my whispers off because people keep trying to ask me to like price check their items and stuff, and I'm not a price checker.
Belay.
How do you avoid losing ES? You don't need to avoid losing ES. If you lose ES, it's not the matter. It doesn't matter. I have this regen mod just because I don't like the light, like how it makes the map dark, but it doesn't affect the damage at all. It's unrelated to your increases and reductions to light radius. You know he only does price checks when he's in lab. Come on, guys. That's no. No, 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 no. I tried Smaller Strike, but the AI can be really bad. I've noticed, I did it. I think I tried Smaller Strike on my one run. I did an SSF however long ago. And, if I remember correctly, he did this, like, headbutt thing, and it drove me bananas. One of his skills is, like, he starts head bobbing. Like, he's really good single target when he's actually attacking. Like, when he actually hits the enemy, he, like, deletes the enemy. But then he does this, like, head bob thing. And I don't know what the hell that is, but he's just doing nothing while he's doing it. I got Alberons. GG, GOG, GG. Energy Shield Mastery does not reduce Flame Link when you have no Energy Shield. Correct. Correct. It does not reduce. It is completely okay if you lose ES. It does not affect your damage. All right, how we doing? How we doing? Guys, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news,
You missed all the
but we've only had 2 level 4s. We've only had 2 level 4s, guys. I don't want to be that guy. But we need to hit 4 out of the next 7 to win the wager. It ain't looking so hot for us. It ain't looking so hot for us right now. Would you use HH on a Merc? No, I wouldn't. You can if you want to, but I would put the currency elsewhere. Lance, you have D&D active. I have my whispers off, so I don't get spammed questions like price checks and stuff. Didn't you just ask that? You have to be behind in the VOD. I'm pretty sure I responded to you earlier, Darth Ace. I'm like, maybe I imagined that, but I thought I responded to you about this earlier. Uh-oh. Six gems that hit 4+ levels.
If you insist, selling yourself short, I'd say.
Does MF on gear or gold flask affect the drops of the Merc skills? Rarity on the Merc gear. Gold flask does not. I was just using a gold flask for a while because I had the Censure of Benevolence. So it would make the flask apply to the Merc. But I've not used that for a hot minute, so. Without it, it does not. We got 5 left to get 4+ levels, guys. I don't feel so good right now. I don't feel so good right now, Mr. Stark. I have completely squandered my league start because of your Luminary bait. Kind regards, I hate you. Kind regards, you didn't follow my guide, and you failed because you didn't follow simple instructions on how to set up your character, and that's on you. You want to blame me because you didn't follow a guide that had detailed instructions, step-by-step gems, skills, mercs to go for. I literally live streamed the whole thing so you could copy every move I made. That's on you. Also, I hate you too. How about that?
Cool wheels.
Yeah, I said it. Wait, that's too far? Nah, man, nah. He wants to put his hands up? Ah, put his hands up. Lance, you're the best streamer, but your guide this time was bad. This is crazy. This is crazy. With all due respect, no, my guide only covered the skill gems you needed, when to swap, it covered the mercs and possible skills you could go for. Nah, man, it just told you everything to do, but it was bad. It's crazy, dude. At least you know. Reading requires too hard. Believers, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news right now, guys, but we no longer can win the wager. We are 2 out of 17 gems. We are 2 out of 17 gems.
We shall soon be fat and rich.
I'm still really mad about Merc being locked behind ascendancy. That's got nothing to do with me.
Do you think Toxicologist could be good? You can get up to 22 Scourge arrows that shotgun, and return with Nimbus. Merc has A+1 Spore Pod support, and can get Arrow Nova and GMP.
Maybe. I haven't even looked into trying it, Z-Rider. I would say if you think it has possibility, try to buy a Merc with good supports and see how it does. A lot of the Mercs are largely unexplored or people haven't really tested and they just assume they're bad. So I would say test it and see what you find out.
Your wish is my command.
What's the pricing strat? Pricing is check what the value of various things are on trade and then list it. No, it's not really a strat. It's just, oh, we didn't hit a level 4. Time to find what the level 3 is worth with brick quality. Yo, we got cooked out here. We got cooked out here. 374 chaos. I probably checked trade and saw a 375.
Of gold away.
I just list it one under whatever the next lowest price is. You sure this wasn't a gamble? You know what's interesting, guys? You know what's funny about this whole situation? Okay, I went 2 out of 20 gems. I went horrifically below average. Question: did I make money though? Who knows the answer? Who knows the answer? No, I did. I did make money. The answer is you can go this badly and still make money. You kind of lost. I did not lose money. I guarantee if I add up all of my cost and all of the sell prices of these, we didn't lose money. At least at the prices right now. At the prices of like the gem cutters and level beast and the base cost of the jewels, at the prices they're at right now, we didn't lose money. However, those prices change. So you want to check the prices of things beforehand. Because sometimes, even if the bricks become worthless, then that's when you start losing money. But the bricks still sell at like your cost, if not a little bit more. You lost time? Okay, that's fair. That's a fair argument. We did lose some time. But I think the money we made from this is still pretty in the net positive for the time you spent. Regardless, anyways, we're going to go do, oh, what's it called?
Who needs wealth anyway?
We're going to go do sword. Sword. I want sword. I want it bad. I want a sword. I will have a sword. The sword will be mine.
And now we stand on
I picked
the
up a
edge
random
of
flame
a
hand
new
and he
tomorrow.
insta-phase X-Arced with minimum
A
supports
brighter
from my
future.
end.
A secure future.
You see, that's the thing, is like there's probably a lot of good mercs like that. I need to actually,
Within the reality of Tor,
before next league, I'll actually test a bunch of them.
depths of her mind, she wholly forged him. Means to an end.
Time bends to
Time and space. Consumed by fear. Her power is an illusion made real. Means to an end.
The Spark Merc seemed like she had potential. It just needs some prod speed. And that's all like a theorycraft thing of like, how can you give the Merc the gear it needs to start popping off, basically, right?
Burning synapse rise. Her power is an illusion made real. Means to an end.
I'm not gonna get baited into a Merc because of you. That's okay. It's your loss. You have free will. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing indeed.
Absent tolerance. Overwhelming terror. Her power is an illusion made real. Her dread shall not be erased so.
Go watch Ben and see if they're bait too. Guys, so Ben has his Merc online. How long before the Redditors start glazing Mercs? How long? How long before the complete 180 occurs? Now that Ben started playing Merc. What do you guys think? 1 day, 2 days? Are they gonna? What's the situation here before the glaze begins? Before they walk back all of their complete BS comments, pretend they never said them. Later today. Can I reroll with this build for 50D? Straight up, if you want to take this build to being uber viable, and enmities and some decent rares will get you there. 50D is a lot more than that. So it depends what your goals are or what you want to do with it, but like at the price of enmities right now, you can definitely get this character online for less. 50D you'll have a pretty insane Merc at that point. Okay, no sword. We didn't get a sword, guys. I am not giving up though. Okay? I will have my sword. It will be mine.
Only a matter of time.
I'm just tired of having to buy these every time. Okay. Should be good for a while. I did 50 today, no sword. Pohunger, that's great news, because that means you've ramped for me. And now I'm going to take advantage of all that ramping you did, and I'm going to drop the sword. Now, I know what you're thinking. Lance, you're going to steal his RNG like that? That's cold. It's just business, okay? You have to understand it's not personal. It's just business. I want the sword. Okay, it's nothing personal. No need to act like this is just me against you. It's just, hey, it just has to happen.
But Orius, I will burn to the ground.
The tables are hot, yeah. First you void his character, now his RNG. Nothing personal. You have to understand, nothing personal. To be honest, Pohunger deserves it. Wait, whoa, what do you got against Pohunger? Wait, no, oh, come on, guys. Wait a second. Pohunger literally assassinated me like 4 times yesterday. With his little, hey, you want to split a gold map? Don't mind me while I have Herald of Purity spawn temporary clones that'll continue to assassinate you. And then not tell you about it. Yeah, okay, yeah, I don't feel so bad anymore. Are you only using precision? Precision, purity of elements, and vitality.
Resist the assault.
What's the
Avoiding character versus dying a few times is not the same, Lance. Okay, okay. I know you guys want to accuse me like I'm the bad guy because I invited multiple chatters into their doom. Okay, but here's the thing. And I think you guys are missing the important details. Okay, there was a Nimbus on the line. Okay, and it was very valuable at the time. Okay, and they knew the risks. They knew the risks. So I don't feel bad about it. Now I will say, one of the players in that map, it was kind of a murder. Okay, I think we all knew the Savalan guy was gonna die. Everybody but the Savalan guy knew he was gonna die. I could have stopped that from going down. Okay, but yeah, I had to let it happen. Somebody has to check the Savalan players' egos. Okay, they start saying crazy things like Savalan's a good defensive shield, and their character with 10k max fizz or max LE hits are tanky and immortal, and they have to get checked. How do you get +2? You can alt spam for it, but I would just buy +2 bases off trade. Alt spamming is not fun.
I think.
Holy, this is 16 Divine Flask. Yo, hey.
Has fallen. Cool wind. Yeah. As you desire.
How many level 4 gems did you get? We got 2.
I may not
Father, no!
I have 460,000 dead man dust. What do we craft? Dude, anything, man. Anything.
I'll do something.
460,000 cocaine. You can make some of the most insane items you've ever seen. That is almost unlimited crafting potential. Just don't use it all. Just don't use it all on accident. Be a little bit careful, okay?
A mote of my might.
Thanks for the build cap. Crit chance on Merc seems low. Yeah, you need to start, like, okay, Anoint gives you good crit chance. You can get crit chance through power charges. You can get crit chance through Bottled Faith. You can get crit chance by base crit from giving the Merc a bow with crit chance. You can get crit chance via some suffixes on some pieces. Like, for example, our quiver that gives Frenzy on crit can give crit chance. We're still not capped. We still need more. But that's some of your sources. Belt can give them a diamond flask? Yeah, when you use Sentry, you can give them a diamond flask with increased crit suffix, stuff like that. I took that off because I just wanted the feels good of automated tank flasks.